Tonight on DC News Now, the war in Iran, escalating tragedy in the Middle East.
There is thousands of villages that is threatened and they need to evacuate.
How one DC-based organization is feeding families caught in the crossfire.
The war in Iran fueling the surge in gas prices. We're helping you stretch your dollar with different ways to still save.
We saw the fog and some wet weather still sticking around, but also some warmer temperatures in that forecast. More on that coming up.
Flu and respiratory viruses spiking dramatically in the last week. The tips to stay healthy.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. We have continuing coverage of the war in Iran. We're now learning the names of the final 2 of the 6 Army reservists killed in Kuwait. One is Major Jeffrey O'Brien. The well-decorated soldier was a Signal Corps officer responsible for the Army's entire communications network. The 45-year-old was deployed to Kuwait back in 2019. And the final, Chief Warrant Officer 3, Robert Marzan. The Pentagon says the 54-year-old was at the command center when it was hit by a drone, but a medical examiner will need to confirm the identification. The Pentagon released the names of the 4 other reservists yesterday.
And all new tonight, the Senate blocking the War Powers resolution that would have mandated the president seek congressional approval before taking any further military action. That vote showing that Republicans remain steadfast in supporting the president's war. The Pentagon says they've wiped out more than 20 Iranian Navy ships, with more forces headed to the region. In retaliation, Tehran is keeping up missile and drone attacks on countries along the Gulf, hitting American bases. Democrats are expressing concern the Trump administration will need more money to sufficiently supply the military. The escalating war hitting every country in the Middle East, creating a humanitarian crisis with bombed out buildings, 20,000 flights canceled, and embassies shut down.
DC-based World Central Kitchen says that its teams are preparing to feed more than 1 million people who have been forced to find safety in an ever-expanding war zone. DC News Now's Ben Dennis caught up with the chef preparing meals for countless families.
And Ben, she's in a real dangerous area herself. How great is the need for help there in the Middle East?
Well, she says it's immense. We've already seen civilian casualties in the days since these strikes began over the weekend. And this chef I talked to tonight, 6,000 miles away from the Pentagon, where inside plans for war are being waged. Children, their parents, and the elderly are lined up in Lebanon.
They are not warriors, they are not criminals.
Fresh meals help them survive and navigate an uncertain future and fears of regional war. Aline Kamakian with DC-based humanitarian nonprofit World Central Kitchen.
There is thousands of villages that is threatened and they need to evacuate.
She says volunteers swooped in after Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, 2023. Lebanese families were then displaced after Israeli strikes. Ever since, their work has only expanded. Now the fallout from strikes in Iran over the weekend, forcing Lebanese civilians out again and toward the capital of Beirut.
We are expecting more than 1.5 million people to arrive to Beirut, which we don't have places to shelter them. It's taking a lot of hours for them to come. 2 hours road is taking 12 hours and more.
Are you able to juggle your own personal emotions, your own safety right now, or do you put that aside because you're there to help so many people?
When you are feeding with these people, you forget everything, because when you see you're their only hope and you're the only good news that comes to them, despite everything, because what you're giving them is a hope, is not only food.
If you do wish to support World Central Kitchen and their humanitarian efforts, you can go to DCNewsNow.com. Just search World Central Kitchen. You're the Pentagon. Ben Dennis, back to you.
All right, Ben, really doing important work there. Meanwhile, as Americans scramble to catch flights back home, one Northern Virginia veteran is sheltering in place in the United Arab Emirates. DC News Now spoke with Assad Khan, who says missiles whizzed by him. He says drone strikes landed as close as a football field away. Assad served in Afghanistan and Iraq and says the military strikes in Iran really caught him by surprise. State Department urging all Americans to evacuate from 12 Middle Eastern countries. Assad says for now he's safe.
People are a little pent up, especially the ones with the families. They've started opening the airports to allow some of the tourists that were sort of trapped here, stuck here, to be able to go home. So that's happening. But there's calm. There's no, everybody's sort of getting through this.
State Department says nearly 18,000 Americans have returned home since the start of the war on Saturday. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll hear from a Georgetown University professor who's concerned about his family back in Iran.
And the war has sent gas prices just soaring on top of the upward trend we traditionally see with the summer season. Here's a look at how much we're paying in the DMV. The average in Virginia is $3.03, and that's up 20 cents from just last week. There was a 13-cent jump in Maryland, where the price now sits at $3.11. In the district, we saw 11-cent increase, putting an average gallon of gas at $3.20. Experts with Gas Buddy have some advice to help us save as well, including getting our oil changed and other maintenance fixes to ensure our cars are running efficiently. Plus, slow down by reducing our speed. We can not only save, but also stay safe.
Well, the war in Iran creating concerns in Maryland. Montgomery County says police will increase patrols around religious facilities and gatherings. The county executive says there is no tolerance for hate crimes in the region.
We must remember that no individual or community are responsible for the war abroad. We didn't ask for it. We didn't plan it. We didn't vote for it. It's not ours.
Montgomery County Police posting on social media saying there are no known threats to the community, but urge everyone stay vigilant and report any suspicious activity. And for the latest on the war in Iran, head to our website, dcnewsnow.com, and search Iran. We'll have updates 24/7.
All right, we have our chief meteorologist, Jackie Lair, and the good news is we are seeing this upward trend with our temperatures, but the bad news is we still have to keep our umbrellas handy, Chris.
Yes, yeah, and we still have to not only that, but also watch out for fog. So we do have a dense fog advisory for parts of the area that was just issued not too long ago. That dense fog advisory includes northern Virginia as well as parts of central Maryland, all those grayed out areas that you see on your screen right now. That goes until 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So the thinking is out there for tomorrow morning's commute, could be dealing with some visibility issues down to a quarter of a mile or less, especially in those areas that are under that dense fog advisory through the morning commute. And in terms of visibility right now, it has dropped, especially out towards Leesburg, Woodstock, down about a mile in both of those areas, less than a mile out towards Luray. DC, not including the dense fog advisory, but we're still reduced down about 4 miles of visibility. The radar right now seeing some of those spotty showers back out towards our westernmost areas. That batch of rain that slid right across northern Virginia into southern Maryland has since pushed its way off towards our east. So most areas experiencing mainly dry conditions. If anything, we're talking about a mist associated with the fog. But we're watching as this warm front is trying to push its way in. So with those frontal boundaries close by over the next couple of days, still going to be tracking some wet weather chances. And not only that, going to be seeing a big difference in the temperature department from the north and east to the south and west of the area. So I'll go over those details. And when finally most of the areas into the 70s, that answer coming up.
Thank you. We have an update now on that deadly stabbing in northern Virginia last week. Fairfax County Police say that they have been warning prosecutors about the suspect before this latest attack. Now, police say the emails detailing a violent history of Abdul Jallo, including a message from an officer stating multiple times he believes Jallo is a danger to the community, and also warning his behavior demonstrates he's becoming increasingly violent. Court records also show police arrested him more than 24 times for attacking people. The latest incident, the 32-year-old is charged with killing Stephanie Minter at the Hybela bus stop. He's being held without bond until his next court hearing in May.
Health officials are seeing a sharp rise in flu and RSV cases over the past week.
Doctors are urging families to protect and prevent the spread. DC News Now's Yamri Sase joining us live tonight.
And Yamri, you spoke with a local pediatrician tonight. So how many more children are getting sick?
Yeah, so Children's Hospital has actually seen an 80% increase in flu cases just within 1 week. Now, they do say that getting vaccinated and taking some precaution can definitely make a big difference this flu season.
It has been a big jump from last week compared to this week.
Data from DC Health shows that between February 15th and 21st, there were 136 reported flu cases, 23 of them in children 4 years and younger. Sabrina Dixon is a pediatrician at Children's National Hospital.
If you're seeing less people get vaccines, you know, you're going to see more people, unfortunately, get the illness. And these are the people that are testing for flu.
Dixon says she's noticed an 80% increase in just 1 week. That brings the season total to more than 5,400 cases. And the flu isn't the only virus Dixon says they're seeing a rise in.
We've been seeing a lot of cases of RSV.
Dixon says symptoms in young children can be more severe than in adults.
Older people, RSV usually just are symptoms of the common cold. But in our younger babies, they get a lot of nasal congestion. They also can get something called bronchiolitis, where the lower part of their lungs get inflamed. So it makes them hard to breathe. And then they can also have this wheezing noise because it's so hard for them to breathe.
She says prevention is key.
Number one is getting the vaccine to protect yourself and other people. Other things you can do is, you know, making sure that you're washing your hands. If you are sick, don't go to be around other people because you can spread the illness to others.
Now, doctors say if you are experiencing any flu symptoms and you do have to go out, they are encouraging you to wear a mask. For now, reporting in Northwest, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yamari, thank you. DC's tax filing season will go on as scheduled. The city's chief financial officer agreeing with the district's attorney general, who says Congress just voted too late on its resolution and DC's current tax law stands. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill voted to force the district to duplicate all federal tax cuts, including not taxing tips, overtime, or some Social Security benefits, which city leaders say would cost D.C. roughly $600 million in revenue over the next several years. To read the full statement explaining the decision, go to our website, dcnewsnow.com, and search D.C. tax.
All new tonight in D.C., rats, roaches, mold, and water damage. That's what renters in Southwest claim they're living with. They protested outside the saying management does not do enough to address their concerns. Now, some tenants tell us that the building management has even tried to intimidate them for speaking out.
They came inside my home to do a building inspection. They didn't formally notify me or anything like that. I was accused of smoking in my house, which wasn't true. And they called the police, and she accused me of following her around, and I'm confused on how I'm following you, and you're inside my home, like, you know.
These renters are now pushing for the building management to let them form a tenant association. Now, we did reach out to Chanel Apartments for comment, but have not yet heard a response back.